Okay, guys, I was going to do a part 2 of my drug addiction, but I did the whole thing. I even posted it, and then I see that I stepped on some people's toes. Some people didn't want to be mentioned, even though it wasn't by name. Um, some of my relatives that didn't know anything about my life would hear about it, so I was asked not to do the video. So I'm just going to say real fast, I was a heroin addict, switched from heroin to crack, was doing crack, getting abused, and came back to my hometown, and he followed me because I left because he had strangled me, and I left the next day, and he followed me there, and the next thing I know, we're back together and like an idiot, back together and off and running. Now we're really hurt. Now we're really doing a lot of heroin, and we're stealing. We're going to grocery stores. We're lining our carts with paper towel and toilet paper, the big packs. In the middle, we're throwing in all kinds of big packs of meat, putting something on the top and walking out of the store. Well, mostly me. He made me do it all. And that was the only way we could get well. So we were doing stuff like that. Then we graduated to, there was a store, it's out of business now, but we would go in and we would put TVs and stereos and home entertainment centers when they were just coming out in our cart, and just have a fake receipt in our hand and walk out the door. And we did this every day, twice a day between the two locations. And we'd get a lot of money, but that's how we survived. And then he started with this shit again. He started the arguing with me, the lying to me, and then meanwhile I got arrested 3 more times. Then I kept swearing I was going to quit, that's it. But before that I got arrested yet another time. That was the final time. It was a felony. I did 6 months in county jail, and I did 6 months total in treatment and 3/4 way. So in between there, we were living on the street. We had no place to sleep, no place to go. Half the time we didn't have any food. We were starving, so we would have to steal just to get enough to feel better and to have something to eat, or to get a motel room for the night. And it was a terrible, terrible life. Being homeless, you have nowhere to go to. You can't go to certain places. Tried a shelter one time, it was full, we couldn't even get in. And then there was a whole bunch of, you have to do this and that, and we need, you need to have a social worker or a caseworker or something like that. It was getting really ridiculous. We didn't have the patience to get help. We couldn't wait. We couldn't get it right away. We didn't want it. So, we slept under a bridge a couple times. We slept in old abandoned trailers at a trailer park. We slept in laundry rooms of apartment buildings. And when we had the money, we rented a cockroach-infested motel room. So that, you'd go to bed, you'd flip your sheets, your blanket off, and there's cockroaches on the bed. And you got them off, killed what you could, and laid down and go to sleep. Take a bath, you had to kill all the cockroaches in the bathtub, the ones that weren't dead. And it was a terrible, terrible way to live. Laying under the bridge, at night you got train tracks, and the train would go by, the rapid would go by and wake you up, and it was scary, and the dust would blow, and you'd get it in your eyes, and there were rats. There were rats all around there. It was a terrible way to live, and if you were lucky, somebody would offer you, one of his friends would let you take a shower there. Otherwise, if we didn't get a motel room, it stayed dirty. And it sounds so gross now, and I can't even believe that I would go so long being dirty, but that was the life of being on the streets. So my getting arrested and it being a felony saved my life, because I was away from him for a year. No matter how hard he tried to get to me, he couldn't get to me. And that was it. I got out, and then it was 20 years later, 22 years later, I met this guy, older man like me, 63 years old, and we started going out. Fast forward, we moved in together, and all he kept doing was going, why don't we do crack? Nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever know. Well, I stood my ground and I said no, and we never ended up doing the crack. I'm sorry, I keep looking down. I keep forgetting I have to look up here. So I never did do crack with him. I never did do heroin with him. But I did start drinking again. And it was a bummer for me, because I was going on 22 years clean and sober. And I blew it all because he kept mentioning how he would like wine, and he would like wine. Then he'd go get wine. And I tell you, drinking was my drug of choice. I loved drinking. That was my favorite thing. So I weakened and started drinking. I'm sorry if you hear that noise. It's my granddaughter's upstairs playing. So, but now I only drink on occasion, or if we go out, or if we do something. I swear to God, if I see one more fruit fly, I'm going to freak out. I'm trying to record, and they're all over my face. Keep going right in my eyes and everything. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I got a phone call. Everything's going wrong again, and I'm getting irritated, so I'm going to end it. And just know that it's a terrible, terrible life out there if you're a drug addict. You have no place to stay, no place to go, no food to eat. I will never go through that again, and I just hope that if any young kids that are just starting out with drugs are seeing this, that they would stop and think, and maybe ask me some questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Don't go down that road. It is not worth it. It's not fun. It's scary. It's dangerous. It's dirty, and it's just not. There's nothing good about it. I have to go because things are happening behind me, and I'm getting really fed up. So, take care. Like and subscribe. I'll be back with some more videos. Thanks. Bye.